Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel All. I hope you are staying at home and you are safe also, and I am wishing good for your health. So guys, today I am going to tell you the most important thing that is going right now, which is happening right now. As you are watching news every day that due to of coronavirus in most of the countries, fraud has been rising too much, and so many different activities like fraud, theft, etc. is going on. So you have to be very extra careful about your money and the security things of your devices and your data. So today I'm just going to tell you about your bank accounts and online fraud activities, how you can stop them. So keep watching this video till last so you can get everything. So if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe this channel, because I am going to upload these kind of videos. I have a list of these kind of videos by which you can be safe. So let's start. So how to stop online fraud, this is my today's topic. So actually why I chose this, whether you are using phone, PC or laptop or any other device by which you transact, you do your transaction, online transaction, bank transaction, whatever the transaction, online purchasing, shopping, etc. So you have to be extra careful about them. So there are some things that you need to be considered before paying for anything, before doing any transaction, and what are those things that you have to take care. So at any cost you have to share nothing on call. If you got any call from any side, anybody, and he is asking for something like give me your account detail, give me your by various type of question he can ask you. So maybe he will give you some offer like you got a lottery and you have subscribed somewhere and now you are a lucky winner of there, and you are, so maybe there are different kind of things then he can ask you, like not only the password, not only the bank account number, he can ask you something more from that, like do you want to take whom do you want to take with you. So if you can answer like my wife, my friend, my daughter, my son, so you can ask those name also, and those name that you have used in your questions, like password recovery questions are mostly on bank sites are there. So security questions are there in which you use such kind of words like your puppy, your pet's name, your loved one's name, your wife name, etc. So not even these things you have to disclose on call also. Okay, so next thing is ATM card details. This is very, very important. Never share your ATM card details on phone call until and unless you are doubly sure about that, like you're keen, like your brother, sister, or your son or daughter or your family members are calling to you and you are going to give them your numbers for something else. This is nice, otherwise none of the person in the world whom you are going to give this ATM card details. Be sure for that, because none of the bank, none of the financial institution are going to ask for this. If even a bank manager asks for a ATM card detail or a credit card details, then you think that he is going to be cheat on you very clearly. So in ATM card I am going to tell you something that what you need. There are some numbers, there are 16 numbers that your ATM card number, and here on your ATM card you will get your expiry dates. So these things, maybe if you are regular customer of online, that you are transact too much, so sometimes maybe websites ask to save your credit card or card details. So only these things saved there. Okay, so your number and your expiry date number. And apart from this, one main thing is CVV, so it is never shared there. So maybe some people already know your these numbers, so you can think upon like he is from bank, he knows this number, so he is a genuine person. It is not sure. Okay, so never give this CVV number. It is also called CVV number. Okay, so never give this CVV number to anybody. Okay, we will remember this. Never give this CVV number to anybody. Okay, next move to, so OTP. So I already told you that OTP, never, if you get OTP, sometime maybe this is possible that somebody is trying to access your account details, somebody have your ATM card number and is trying to purchase something somewhere. You will get OTP for that, and somebody will call you and talk you like he is not transacting, he is just doing some filling forms and etc, giving you some kind of subsidy that is currently going on in the market. Government is giving some kind of money, so he will liquidate you in many ways. So directly he will not say you like you got the OTP for your transaction, but you have to be double sure that which kind of OTP you got on your phone and whom it to be given or not. Okay, so be sure for that also. So never give OTP to anybody. Okay, so cross check the caller. So why I am using this, so cross check the callers. Sometime this happened to many people that even from the banks you will get the call and he asks like if you want to issue a credit card or if you want to increase your credit card limit, then he asks some details like for verification purpose. So this kind of fraud is also going on. He might told you that he is calling from bank and he have some detail of your account, so maybe you think that okay, he is a genuine person, but it is not. So how you have to be doubly sure, like you must cross check him before he cross checked you. So you must ask him some detail, like maybe don't ask for full, maybe like what are my last four digits of my PAN card. If the person is calling from the bank, he must know for that, because you are not even asking full PAN number, only for last digits, so he have to tell you. Maybe so like some questions that you have provided to the bank and you are sure that I only provided it to the bank, so you are also supposed to ask him to check whether he is a genuine person or not. One more thing happened sometimes, like people called you, instead of they are calling someone else, like you have surname same, so maybe he call you and but wrongly he placed the call, he have to call someone else and you provided him all the details. So you have to double cross the person even when he is calling from bank also. Shows sure for that also. So one more thing, that is you have to provide your email address most of the places. Nowadays whenever you try to search on the website, you have to log in there and they always ask you like log in from your email ID or your mobile number. So what you do are mostly that you just log in from your login ID. So be sure for that the email ID that you provided in the bank, try to never use that email ID on the internet anywhere else. If you guys like this video, and I will tell I have some special things for you, that you have a process to create temporary ID also, that you can delete and you can create as many times as you want. There is a feature on the internet that you can also create temporary email ID, and those email ID just attached with your primary email ID. You got all the mails of that temporary ID on your primary mail ID, but the person for whom you provided the temporary ID will never get your original ID. So if you want this, I will also let you know that how you can create temporary IDs. Please let me know in the comment section. I will give you the method for how to create those temporary email IDs. So the thing is this, never use those same email ID that you have used with your banks on the internet, right? So banks and other financial institutions will never ask you for debit and credit card. I already told you this thing. And if he asks so, then you can easily think that he is also going to cheat on you. This is very, very true. And last but not least, if you confuse at any point, you think that okay, he is right, but somewhere you thought that okay, maybe I am going to be cheated. So simply deny and cut the phone. Don't talk to him too much. Sometime it is also going on the internet. I have seen, and even in my company I have seen the such cases that people talk to those fraud person for so long, and after some time he got those messages that your account balance has been deducted, and so maybe that they are hackers also, so they got all your information by just talking on the phone, and they try to hack your phones and take all the details from your phone. So any point on that you find that this person is not right and he is little bit or maybe cheating on you, you just cut the phone without even thinking a single second, because even might be possible for a second that you think that he was right and you did the wrong thing, that you cut the phone. So you will simply get the message from that side. So you can then proceed the things that he wanted at that time. Nothing will happen. So for that thing also you will get the SMS, and at this point you have to be sure on also on the SMS, because there are also so many frauds in this case also, because people are getting very, very similar SMS IDs. Like you are getting the SMS from like any Citibank, ICICI Bank, so they have also managed like SMS IDs, like you are getting ICICI Bank SMS, so you will get sometime ID like ICICI and those some numbers, and you will get that message from there. So those fraud and those hackers also manage to get the SMS ID little bit same, so you will never sometime confuse to differentiate between them. So you have to be sure for that also. And if you want to know that how you will confirm that this from where this SMS from this which company the SMS ID belongs, so I will give you that things also. You please give me the comments, please tag me in the comment section, and I will provide you the things how you can check the company's SMS ID also. So, and this is never transact on any website which do not have HTTPS subscriptions. So what is this thing, I will tell you. So this is basically HTTPS. So you have to focus here. HTTPS, what is this, I will tell you. So let's come here, and this is I will tell you non HTTPS sites. You just search it and you will also know that we are shocked to find some of the most popular sites on the internet are still lacking securities. Even redcross.org, fortune.com, even Google is saying that Google will mark non-HTTPS sites as a not secure in Google Chrome starting this month updated. Okay, so maybe this news is from 2018, and he at that time he also said that he will say not secure. And why is it so? So if you click here that on Google also, you will see that certificates are valid. And if you go here like redcross.org, let's go here. Okay, so you will see there that they also have now the HTTP here. So you will find like this http onlinefora.cn. So I am just telling you what is the difference between here. You will get HTTP and HTTPS. So Google will indicate, if you are using Google Chrome, then he will easily indicate on the red signal here HTTP. If you are going, there is any payment section is on there or something, if the website is taking some information from you, you will get here HTTPS. In HTTP, if there is only HTTP, then you will get the red sign here, okay, and if there is a HTTPS, you will not get red sign here. So look here carefully before doing any payment on any website. And what is this HTTP and HTTPS difference? On HTTPS, the data that you filled on the website, or the information that you provide on the website, traveled through certain channels up to the server where he is storing his data. And if it is not HTTPS, yeah, your data might be hacked in between. So if it is HTTPS, then your data will go on the encrypted manner and your data will be saved. So this thing is very important. You have to take care that avoid those websites those do not have HTTPS here, okay. This is very important thing. So guys, I hope you got all the information, and like this I have so much information and videos by which you will get benefits. So please subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.